Hi everyone, I am Poibe Purinda, and in this occasion, I and two my friends, Anissa Suriwindari and Marsa Hania Putri, will present our assignment about abstract translation. So here we go. Abstract is a concise summary of a scientific paper or article that present the essential elements of the study, including its research objectives, methodology, key findings, and conclusions. It serves as a critical tool for readers to quickly assess the relevance and significance of the work, helping them determine whether to read the full document. Abstracts are typically categorized into two main types: descriptive abstracts, which briefly outlined the purpose and scope of the study without delving into detailed results or conclusions, and informative abstracts, which provide a more comprehensive overview by including specific data, findings, and interpretations. A well-crafted abstract enhances the accessibility and impact of scholarly communication by offering a clear and accurate snapshot of the research content. The primary function of an abstract is to deliver a concise summary of the content of a scientific paper or scholarly writing, enabling a reader to quickly grasp the core ideas, objectives, and findings of the work. Beyond summarizing, the abstract also serves a critical first impression, attracting readers' interest and assisting them in determining the relevance and value of the paper for their own research or professional needs. In academic publishing, abstracts play a pivotal role in the evaluation and selection process by journals or conferences, often influencing whether a paper is accepted for presentation or publication.
Well, the theory that we are going to use in this presentation is the procedure of translating abstracts found by Reza in 2018. Well, there are six main procedures commonly used in translating abstract. The first one is borrowing. Borrowing is when the word or expression is directly taken from the source language to the target language. And the next is naturalizations. Naturalizations is the procedure that adapts a borrowed word to the phonology and morphology of the target language. The third one is the literal translation. In literal translations is the method that involves translating word for word or closely following the grammatical structure from the source language to the target language. And the fourth is equivalence. This strategy seeks to produce the same situation on meaning using entirely different expressions. And the fifth is modulations. Modulations involve changing the point of view, focus, or cognitive category in translations. The last is transposition. This procedure changes the grammatical structure from the source language to the target language. Well, there are the six procedures of translating abstract found by Reza in 2018. Let's go to the next slide. Well, in this slide, we have an example of an abstract that we get from an analysis. The title of the analysis is An Analysis of Similar Translation Using Perini Translation Strategy in Critical 11 Indonesian Novel into English from GIIP, Jurnal Ilmiah Ilmu Pendidikan. From this abstract, there is an Indonesian source language and English target language. And we are going to examine both of them, the source text and the target text, by using the procedure of translating abstract by Reza, 2018. Well, let's go to the next slide to break it down. Here, from the first table, we can see the sentence structure, word order, and information sequences are translated directly and follow the source language pattern. And there is no paraphrasing or stylistic adjustment, which is the characteristic of literal translation method. And there is also a borrowing in this table, which is the title of the book itself, which is the Critical 11, and the writer's name of the novel, which is Ika Natasha. And the second table in below, there is a literal translation also, which is used in this sentence because the words choice in the target text are direct translation of those in the source text. In this table, there are also borrowing strategy. The borrowing strategy in this table is one of figure of speech, name, or term which is simile. And we can go to the next slide.
Okay, first of all, we have the next table, which is the example of literal translation, because this sentence is maintain the grammatical structure and vocabulary of the source language without stylistic adjustment in the target language. And this is a clear indication of the literal translation method. Okay, we also have the next table. This is also considered as the literal translation because it shows a direct syntactic transfer from Indonesia to English without reordering for more natural English expression. And moreover, there is also borrowing in this part that using the same word as the source language, like the word Pierini, which is the name of the theory. Okay, for the last table, the sentence and words in the target language are almost the same as in the source language, with just a few small changes. The way tenses, word order, and sentence structure are used show that literal translation is applied. Also, borrowing is used to keep the meaning of figure of speech, like the word simile, so the sentence still makes sense. And this also keeps the translation close to the original while making it more understandable. For the conclusion, when translating abstracts, it's important to understand the two types, which is descriptive and informative. However, knowing the type isn't enough. Translators also need to use the right techniques to make sure the meanings stay clear and accurate. Some common translation methods include borrowing, naturalization, literal translation, equivalence, modulation, and transposition. All of them can help make the final translation sound more natural while keeping the original message. However, in the abstract that we discuss, we notice that it mainly relies on literal translation and borrowing strategy. This means that the structure and wording closely follow the original text, while certain terms remain unchanged. And while this approach helps maintain accuracy, it might not always be the best choice for making the text sound natural. I think that's all from our group. Thank you so much.